Oh, I am live. Well, hello everyone. It's me, your girl, to talk with Tiny. How are you? Hope all is well. Oh, I hope that when I hope that this video will find you in the best of health and all that good stuff. But anywho, son crossed me the wrong way today, rubbed me the wrong way, and came across my path some kind of type of way. And I just feel the need to just go ahead and share this like right away while it's still fresh. So go right on ahead and listen to this first part as I, the Talk with Tiny, begin to share with you. And I'm going to tell you who this is, but just hear the sellout in this story real quick, please.
Viral case of Ahmaud Arbery, who is being dubbed as just a jogger by the media. And I just kind of want to talk about really just the media's role in propaganda and how upsetting it is to me that Black America always seems to take the bait. Like, I have to say, this case, after all of the work that I have done these last 3 or 4 years to wake Black America up to the fact that every election cycle there is some.
How can someone who built an autopsy website go all out her way to say that she woke all Black America up? And what she's getting ready to do is even, I'm just going to go ahead and call this far way more sinister than what the oppressor, her master, is finna do to Black and Hispanic people. But this child don't see that. So we gonna go ahead and I'm gonna follow up with her as she talk. I'm gonna elaborate around her bullshit. You got that shit right. If there's nothing else I do on this earth today, is the day that I will elaborate around this bullshit right here.
Story that they perpetuate that is supposed to make us think that we are being chased by the Ku Klux Klan. And yet here we are, a couple of months away from an election, and there are Black people running around saying that we are being lynched in Georgia. So let's just start with just the case and how it's been being reported. So first, you are hearing that it is a modern.
First of all, I just want to inform everyone that she is a Republican, but she's not registered as one. And she is also, once upon a time, she came from the Democrat. This is the real Democrat right here, okay? When she's being like the way she's being, this is the mind of a manipulator, Funky Cole Medina, uh, everything under the sun. This child crazy. She built a website, autopsy. I don't know what the hell she was thinking. She wanted to dox people's children. I'm a Miss Communist over here, and now she want to claim that she taught all the whole Black America. She spent 3 years of her Blexit ass chasing colleges down. Okay, first of all, it's not our fault that COVID-19 closed the colleges. Okay. Now that's where you was doing most of your work. On a whole nother other level, your ass was in people's inboxes, inboxing people, trying to gather up some Martin Luther King march, okay? Because that's exactly what you was doing in the name of fuckboy Trump. Now let's clarify this shit, young lady, because you know what? There's nothing new under the sun, and every time you come out your element, you're sophisticated as, run down as, low Q, and you can be good for, you could be good for good things. But then again, you're such a fucking sellout, man. You good for certain things, you good for running your fucking mouth. That's all you good for, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. But go ahead.
Day lynching. That should instantly, if you are a Black American and American, make your ears perk up a little bit, because there are not really modern day lynchings that are taking place in America. There are not lynchings taking place in general. I mean, even at the time, at the height of the civil rights movement, when Black people were actually being lynched, it was approximately 3,500 Black people that were lynched from the entire period of 1882 all the way up until 1968. All right, so that's actually a very low number relative, not saying that lynching is okay, obviously, but a very low number relative to the population that we had at that time, or the population that we had all the way up until 1968. So lynchings are not common in general. The idea that people are going around lynching people in 2020 America, you can already know and you can smell that something is wrong with the story. All right, so before I even saw the video.
And first of all, before she even goes further, let's go ahead and let's get into this real quick.
Lynch. Lynch.
Okay, so what does lynch mean? It is a verb, okay? And uh lynching is a noun, okay? Of a mob kills someone, let's emphasize that, someone, especially by hanging, comma, for an alleged offense with or without a legal trial. Similar, hang, execute, kill, murder. Now, stay with her because she thinks she's slick with her words. So when she is going in and she's trying to please her white gang, let me tell you, baby, she gonna do whatever she got to do to please that European husband of hers, baby. But let me tell you, baby, let me tell you how she just been cut down the middle a long time ago. Okay, now listen, let's get into it just a little bit more.
Video because I just was interested in the reaction to see how far people were going to take it. I saw that LeBron James issued a tweet, which quite frankly must have been the dumbest thing I have ever read. The tweet was that we meaning black people, we are literally being hunted as soon as we walk outside of our own homes. So this is either laugh out loud funny or really stupid. In my opinion, it's both. LeBron James doesn't even touch his own car door handles. LeBron James is currently building a multi-million-dollar, $100 million.
Yeah, but let's okay, forget about LeBron James because yes, he is a fucking celebrity, sold out motherfucker just like you. So what is your point? Your point is you always using something that don't matter to prove a fucking illogical point. That's all I'm saying. You are very you just a fucking pessimist. You're a fucking sellout. You're now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this story to a whole nother level, bitch. I already see it a mile away, but I want motherfuckers to be able to stand firm, okay, and stand clear of the closing doors. You are the type of motherfucking you motherfuckers are the virus. So today we're going to be identifying the fucking virus. And when I say virus and people, I literally mean that shit. Like, I really do, because they are the virus. And we're going to get into that a little bit later, but let her carry on. We digress, right, Candace? We motherfucking digress.
Estate in Bel Air right now. And LeBron James has a white chef. He's got white housekeepers. LeBron James is somebody that has white people waiting on him hand and foot because he is successful and he has a lot of money, and that's what comes with money and success. So the idea that he is out there perpetuating some idea that black Americans are literally being hunted for walking outside of their door.
Candace, have you officially became psychopath like these motherfuckers? Because if you did, then that's cool. But damn, bitch, damn. Go ahead, carry on. I just can't help it.
Out of their doors is pointedly ridiculous and should have made everybody go, okay, this is really dumb. So I finally look at the video. I'm expecting, based on all of the rhetoric, on all of the articles, just saying that it's an example of a modern lynching, I'm fully expecting to see a video of a mob of white people, maybe with a rope, maybe with some guns, just marching down the street towards a black person so that they can kill him and make a mockery of him. That's what you should have expected based on the rhetoric that was perpetuating, and everybody was outraged left and right because of this 10-second clip. What I actually saw watching the video left me with more questions than answers. First and foremost, he was not being pursued in the video, obviously. It looked like he was running towards the car, and then when the two people who had guns, he went around and he attacked the person. So that actually left me with a lot of questions of like,
what are you trying to say? He was trying to rob them? Is that what you insinuating, bitch? Because then you're going to say he had khaki pants on. Like, bitch, what case are you solving, bitch? This is not CSI. This is another black man murdered by two white motherfucking people. Face it, bitch. It could have been your husband that killed him. Bitch, see, that's the problem with y'all. You get these little fucking white husbands, bitch, and you want to disregard everything, bitch. But you are not looking in the mirror right. That is your fucking biggest problem right now. You need to really look in that motherfucking mirror, honey. I mean, like, bitch, go and mirror gaze. How about that? I digress.
what is going on in this circumstance, who is recording this video, because the person who was recording the video was obviously catching up to the situation. He hadn't been trailing this person. And I just wanted to know, how did everybody watch this 10-second clip and instantly think that this person was completely just a jogger who was being lynched? I don't even understand how that...
Bitch, you know who took the camera? You know who? Bitch, Big Brother is everywhere. Let's motherfucking get this shit straight, okay? Artificial intelligence got eyes, bitch. You didn't know that? See, I'm gonna tell you what. Education can buy you a degree to be certified to work as a slave in a motherfucking field. But it takes a true survive or die motherfucker to tell you this, though. You feel me? Because, bitch, what didn't kill me only made me stronger. That's what happened. But go ahead.
That came across. Secondly, I noticed in the video and after reading reports that he's wearing khaki shorts. So just an easy question to ask is, if you are just a jogger and he is being described in the media as an avid jogger, this is something he does all the time. I do not know any avid joggers that jog in khaki shorts. Now again,
bitch, you don't know him, period. You don't know him, period. Bitch, you don't have the right to say nothing, bitch. This is a rundown, wannabe, whole nother narrative, and you finna say that shit too. You almost said it, bitch. But I'm gonna let the people hear that.
That's a question. That is not insinuating anything. It just is saying that if you looked at the video, you probably should have had more questions than answers. And yet, the media and everybody...
But you said that already.
Was issuing a verdict that this was some crazy situation where a couple of white people woke up and thought, you know what? Today, I want to lynch a black person. And I think this is the right guy. I see someone. Let's go for it. Let's get in our pickup bed and go find ourselves a black person. That was actually just made no sense. But people rarely pause to think, because people are desperate to foster this race narrative in this country. And because there's not many examples of people being lynched.
No, you know what it was? It wasn't your father. It wasn't your black father. It wasn't your black brother. It wasn't your black nothing, bitch. That's why you got amnesia out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of MK control going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. These MK control lost cases. You know, all that platform she got. And that bitch always talking up the side of her mouth. You know? And that's what these motherfucking agents do. Opportunists, bitches. You know, they don't go away. That bitch is just like Hillary Clinton. She does not go away. Bitch, I am almost sure you took lessons from Hillary Clinton. You were just as psycho as her ass is. Now go ahead.
Or black people being pursued on foot by white people. The media really drummed this one up. All right, so we instantly...
So she's black, but who is she defending? I'm utterly fucking confused. What are you talking about, Candace?
We should have been asking ourselves, is this guy just a jogger? That was sort of bottom line. I thought there's no way this guy was just jogging. And then you hear that the people that actually shot him had called 911. So for everybody that is saying that this person was, murdered, I can tell you right now, no matter how upset you are, this is not going to amount to a murder charge. The legal definition of a murder, you have to be able to prove that this was meditated, that there was some element of meditation. People do not call the cops before they murder someone. That is just not what somebody does. You don't pick up the phone and say, hi, 911, I'm about to go out and commit a murder.
No, when white people kill people, they call their cousins, their uncles, their family, white fellow mates, or their sons that are in the army and shit like that, bitch. That's what they got lawyers for, bitch. They've been doing the most, bitch. It's nothing new under the sun. Somebody get this bitch, yo. Like, how fucking sold out you want to be, bitch? Like, bitch, just go to the fucking slavery museum, bitch, and go you got the part, bitch. You have the part. Jump off the boat, What do you want to be in the part? You want to be a servant, a maid, um, a house slave, bitch? What do you want? What the fuck do you want, bitch?
That doesn't make any sense, okay? Obviously, something went wrong. So this will amount and can amount to a manslaughter charge, maybe a manslaughter conviction. But this is not going to amount to a murder conviction, okay? He was not the only person that called 911. Multiple people throughout.
Now this bitch is a psychic. She's the most intelligent. She's not even a fucking an attorney. Did you go to school? Please tell me you went to school for criminal justice at least, bitch. Tell me you took at least 2 semesters up or some shit. You coming with all this crazy shit like you a psychic or some shit. But girl,
throughout the neighborhood called.
Oh wait, that bitch said the narrative. Look. Watch this, y'all. Watch this.
To a murder conviction, okay? He was not the only person that called 911. Multiple people throughout the neighborhood called 911.
You heard that? She said throughout the narrative, bitch. You got caught. No, you messed up.
Is not going to amount to a murder conviction, okay? He was not the only person that called 911. Multiple people throughout the neighborhood called.
Multiple people throughout the narrative. Yes, bitch. We know what you about. Narratives. You know? And she made a mistake and she said that. There wasn't no mistake, honey. That was you saying this is a new narrative. And every little thing you could get your hands on, you want to take it and fucking dismantle it and be the fucking house slave that you are, bitch. You know good. You always want to talk about what you think you got down pat. Look, y'all. I tell you. Don't fuck with this bitch, y'all. Candace Owens. Listen to Candace Owens. This bitch is shut out. Shut the fuck out.
911 because they were reporting seeing a person entering in a property that was not theirs, that was under construction. Now, I've seen people who first said that this was all a lie and he was just a jogger, now pivot and say, okay, he just liked to look around at architecture in the neighborhood. And that
you would think, right? Because this is her title was Ahmaud Arbery, just a jogger who was murdered for being black. That's her question. Bitch, what if it was you who got murdered just because you black? Bitch, ask yourself that motherfucking question, bitch. Because when, you know, the problem with black people is when they looking in the fucking mirror, I don't know what they looking at. But you looking at a black person that could get shot just like him. No, but because you Candace Owens and you sold your soul to a bunch of fucking douchebags, that later on in this video you will make that very clear. And we're gonna all know who you work for. Because you're gonna say it. You're gonna say it. That's what you do. You run your fucking mouth. So go ahead. This video got like 10 minutes. I'm gonna let you leave with it.
That was a thing. Well, first and foremost, okay, just a jogger wearing khakis who decides to stop in the middle of a jog to go onto a property that isn't his and enter in a construction site, a garage or a house, whatever it is that was under construction, and go in and expects nobody to raise a red flag. That's pointedly ridiculous. What I hate about this, and what I always hate about, when Black America gets behind an issue like this, is that we can never argue and be reasonable. We can never say, okay, you know what? He should not have been on the property because he shouldn't have. You should never be trespassing on someone's property. We should not be pretending that it's normal behavior to walk through construction.
Are you serious? Are you fucking serious, bitch? Like, who are you defending? Are you building a case or closing the case? That's what I want to know. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? What kind of sabotaging input is this as a public figure for black people? Bitch, if you don't get the fuck on.
Construction sites, especially when there are no construction workers there in a private neighborhood. It's not like it was a building being built. It was on a quiet street. You walk up on somebody's property. He's not jogging in the video. He's walking slowly onto the property, and you enter a building. Of course, people are going to start.
That could have been anything in 10 minutes. I mean, in 10 seconds, like you said, bitch, it was so fast, and all you seen was walking. Bitch, but in that video, they see him get murdered. Bitch, Have you missed and failed that he was murdered? Bitch, that's why they got locked the fuck up. That's why white people went down. Because they fucking killed him on camera, you stupid ass bitch. Somebody get this bitch. This stupid ass sold out bitch.
To call 911. Okay, that escalated the situation in just his action of deciding to enter a property while he was on a jog in khaki pants. Obviously, escalated the situation, and people were calling 911. Then you have this guy who they start calling 911, and this guy who says he's going to make a citizen's arrest calls 911, gives them a description, and gets in his car with his son and has a shotgun. If the point of the debate that people were having was whether or not that action was smart, whether or not making a citizen's arrest.
Get the gun. It's a black man. Hurry up. Okay, Dad. Come on, son. We're going to kill this black bitch. Right? I can only hear them, bitch. But they don't need you. True. Console them. Do they? Oh, somebody get this bitch.
Arrest is a good idea. You would probably find that everyone sort of agrees that it's not really the best thing to do. Calling 911 is usually enough. If I saw someone entering a property and I didn't think they lived there, I would call 911 and I would leave it alone. But that is not the argument that people are making. They are calling this a modern day lynching. They are calling this as something being motivated by race. This is not.
It's just always been that, bitch. How old are you? You haven't even made, are you 30 years old yet, bitch? Have you been on the fucking earth for at least 3 decades, bitch? Have you? No? Okay. And then what you need to do is you need to go back. I'm going to give you a fucking assignment, bitch. So you can stay the fuck out the way. And go and do this, bitch. I know this video won't get back to you. And everything always does. Listen, bitch. I want you to go and do your real history. Never mind your white European husband. And although it's going to hurt your feelings when you have to look your European husband in the face and say, you know what? Your ancestors enslaved my ancestors. Man, they did some brutally shit. And the least he could do is tell you sorry, right? Apologize, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what my 4 founding fathers did, because once again, Black American, African American people have this tendency to call, Thomas Jefferson and the motherfuckers their 4 founding fathers. And that could have been further from the truth, is all I'm saying. So what happens is, see, we get caught up in your fucked up emotions. Right now, this don't got nothing to do with you, bitch, if you don't go and get the fuck on. See what I'm saying? Because you black, you putting in and you putting on. But that's wrong. And anyone who follow this shit is wrong. Every time, somebody black gets murdered, you black motherfuckers, on the other hand, want to try to justify that shit and give the fucking oppressors a green light. Like, you have the right to do that, bitch. That not your body, is not your right, it's your opinion does not get to justify this dead person. You know what I'm saying? Does not get to justify the way you are aligning this whole story. Like, your bullshit, you just justifying giving the white man and the oppressor a pass because your husband is European, and that is okay to have a fucking whatever the fuck you got going on, but it is not okay to look your brother in the face and tell your white okay, I'm gonna give you a greater, I'm gonna do this for you, and I'm gonna make this real fucking simple, bitch. If you're European in-laws killed your European black family, how would you feel, bitch? And don't say because, that won't happen, bitch. You don't know what can happen. Let's say if they got shot out. Let's say if your husband just wanted to kill you. Who gives a fuck, right? And how would you feel? Being murdered in a person of a white man's hands, and you're black. Like, What else is there supposed to come out of that story? Like, and it's always a fresh any story. Just because it's been happening for so many years does not mean that the story isn't new. This is a whole new person. It's nothing new under the sun, but this is a new soul. How many more souls and spirits do we have to have brutally murdered in the hands of a white man? Like, they haven't taken out nations, like they haven't done, world damage. We talking about colonism. We talking about colonization, bitch. We talking about worldwide motherfucking slavery, bitch. We talking about colonization, bitch, from here to the end of the earth, bitch. Are you on that level, bitch? No, then go sit your rabbit ass, funny looking ass down, bitch. Cause ain't nobody asking you for your motherfucking Brexit ass, fucking bullshit ass, rundown ass, motherfucking wannabe movement for help. And then you're gonna go and credit yourself like you spent 3 years on this bullshit doing absolutely nothing. Like I said, just motherfucking inboxing motherfuckers in their inboxes trying to get to know a brother or two or three or four. You know what I'm saying, bitch? And then now, look at you. Now you think you motherfucking mama motherfucking Candace. Bitch, if you don't get the fuck on, somebody better get that bitch. But I'm gonna let this bitch talk some more because, bitch, this right here, this 9/11, and you know what? It's funny how I got you paused and the rest of the time says 9/11, bitch. It could have been for, I'm telling you, the way shit just be like, I should screenshot this shit. I got this bitch on pause and it says 9 minutes and 11 seconds left. Bitch, let's hear it. Let's hear what this bitch got to say some more.
Motivated by race. The second you call 911 and you're entering another property, the motivation behind somebody trying to figure out who you are in their neighborhood is not racially motivated. It's because you do not own the property that you are on. There is no reason for people to be injecting race into this narrative. Argue it on the basis of whether you think a citizen's arrest is valid. Argue it on the basis of whether you think that.
Bitch, now two white men, okay, almost got away with murder, bitch. Now it's good that they got locked up, father and son. Nobody gives a fuck. That's a life that's gone. Bitch, what you should be saying is, damn, this is public. This is God's creation. Who the hell gave these two white men the damn nerve to go and murder somebody off of God's creation, heaven and earth, that the Most High created? Ain't nobody had no business murdering nobody. Why you always trying to justify that bullshit? And this is the type of bitch we want talking for who? Bitch, you useless. You're a useless eater. And you know what's funny? I'm not gonna lie. It's finally good to see that you really try. It's good to see that you looking like a real black girl. See, you got your baby hairs and your hair look cute. You know what I'm saying? It look like you softened it up or some shit. You started, using some good conditioner to bring out your curls and shit. Cause I keep telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? You gotta bring out your curls. You know what I'm saying? That afro shit, baby. You feel me? You don't need perms. You don't need none of that shit. But I just had to give you credit when credit is. You see how a real woman can think? If this motherfucker don't stop calling me, anyhow, go ahead, girl.
Ahmaud Arbery deserved to die. I don't see a single person who has made the argument that they think that this man deserved to die. But arguing it on the basis.
Hey, you want me to block you?
Hello.
You want me to block you?
Huh?
Do you want to get blocked?
No.
Stop calling my shit right now. I'm in the middle of a live. Anyhow, back to this bitch right here.
And pretending that this was racially motivated, it's stupid. I mean, it's incredibly stupid. Beyond that, when people like LeBron James perpetuate this idea that black people are being murdered and hunted by white people, it defies common sense because it goes against every statistic in America. We have a culture.
Bitch, you act like white people didn't do worse than that to us. Like, bitch, are you fucking serious, bitch? Bitch, please, somebody get this bitch. Like, you act like, white people didn't own black people once upon a time. Bitch, where you think life insurance came from? Because they call black people their property. Do you know that they've been paid fucking reparations for that? Up to like what? Maybe a couple of years ago? Hmm? Do you know that white people are still being paid because they have life insurance on their motherfucking slaves? And that, and do you know that's a bill that grew entrance through the fucking white people from generation to generation? That is inheritance that they pass down through their motherfucking. Bitch, don't get me on here acting a fool with you, bitch. Damn. But I'm gonna let this bitch talk. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Issue in Black America because we constantly accept this lie that somehow we're the societal victims. You know, when in fact, when you look at the stats, if you want to start playing the race game, we're going to be the ones that look bad. You know, we represent 13% of the population, but we account for 40%, approximately 40% of all of the murders in this country. Whereas white people account for 61% of the population, more than half of the population, and they commit less murders than we do. You can't just go around.
Is this bitch serious? Somebody call this bitch for me and tell her I said, you know, they call people thieves. They so scared of black people. Bitch, but who the fuck got who in captivity, bitch? Who stole who, bitch? Who enslaved who, bitch? Somebody get this bitch. Bitch, and that's why you don't want your motherfucking handlers don't want you talking about history, bitch. But I'm gonna force you, bitch, to go do some homework, bitch. You gonna go do some homework for me and for you, cause you out here looking crazy, bitch. You in your colonism looking ass bitch. But anyway, your eyebrows is on fleek, especially in a time like this. I'm gonna give you credit when credit is due. You looking a little skinny, and I give you that. But you could use some weight in your face and shit like that. You know, you trying to you doing too much for the Europeans and shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, bitch. Anyway. Somebody get this bitch.
Pretending that we are the people that are constantly being oppressed and are the people that are constantly, being hunted down, when we know that black people kill white people at 2 times a higher rate than the other way around. And I'm not saying this, by the way, to say all black people are horrible, and that's not the purpose of this.
You see all the shit she talking, and I still find nice shit to say about her, right, y'all? I'm trying so hard. You gotta give me credit when credit is due, motherfuckers.
Purpose is to have a more honest conversation about what is going on in this country. The purpose is that every single time a murder happens, it doesn't mean that it's racially motivated. Sometimes things just go wrong. Obviously, a lot of stuff went wrong in that video that we saw, that 10-second clip of that person running. A lot of things went wrong. First and foremost, I bet the person who had the gun wasn't expecting him to be lunged at. Obviously, if he was out to hunt the black person, okay, he would have shot him at a distance. When you're out hunting, you don't wait for the thing that you're hunting to grab your gun and go back and forth. Obviously, we're not going to be able to prove the standard that he wanted to hunt him, but wanted to wait until the guy grabbed his gun and went and wanted to wrestle with him. That's just defies common sense. If he wanted to kill the guy, he would have fired off a couple of shots before he got anywhere near him. I think he wanted to make the guy stop, and intimidate him and wait for the cops to get there because he was convinced that this was the guy that was recently burglarizing his home. Unfortunately, Ahmaud Arbery, who has a history, of crime, lunged at him, and things went off from there. And it's unfortunate that, this person ended up dead in a situation that didn't need to ever, culminate into a death. But what's going to happen is it's going to be a manslaughter charge, and the defense is going to argue for self-defense. He might entirely get off on a self-defense, claim in this case because, like I said, Arbery.
Oh damn, bitch! You think? You think he'll be like released on his own reconnaissance or some shit? Like, that's what well, that's what they, you never know. A manslaughter, right, bitch? As long as it wasn't a gun and all this and all that, right? Okay.
Arbery did charge him, you can see the scuffle. You did charge him. Now I'm not saying he should, I'm saying he could. So save your outrage for when that likely or could happen. From everything that I'm seeing of people
likely could happen. Like I'm not saying. What are you saying, bitch. Cause like you like are fucking saying, you always saying some shit. It's never the right shit. It's always some fuck girl shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just a fuck girl, you know. But Europeans got you going. I'm sure they fucking. I don't even want to. I don't even want to. I'm just. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
perpetuating this and pretending that, you know, this is anything more than just election fodder. When our media declined, they all had the video of him trespassing on property, and none of them published the video until yesterday because they want Black Americans angry. They want Black Americans to
What is she talking about? This girl be selling bullshit for the white man. Look, she be going in and she go hard. She been on this motherfucker for almost 20 minutes saying absolutely nothing. Just swimming in her bullshit. Just trying to fucking justify bullshit. Just trying to fucking tell the world that she's black and she has a say in everything. And she spent 3 years trying to convince all black people to give a fuck about Trump. Bitch, but ain't trying to hear you then, and we still ain't trying to hear you now, bitch. And everything you are saying, you just pissing motherfuckers off. You feel me? Like, I'm almost sure that, you can, you just gonna have to make a choice, like, when you read, because most people, they call themselves Christians, but they don't read the slave book. So it says in the slave book, and I quote, and it reads, that the slaves will be destroyed with their heathens and their idols. And that's just exactly how it's gonna go. Heathens, oh, they gonna pay. Oh, they gonna pay. Oh, and these front store pastors, they are warlocks. They are Freemasons. They all sold out paganistic. Oh, they are a bunch of nothing, a bunch of heathen lovers, a bunch of idol worshippers, a bunch of Pharisees from hell. Oh, they sold out their own. That's what I'm motherfucking tell this bitch, right? And all that. And you can tell your white Christian friends that I said, bitch, the only reason why they believe this motherfucking lie, because it goes like this. Don't judge, says Robin. Don't judge, or you shall be judged. And I'm like, bitch, get the fuck on. And then she goes again. Love your enemy. Pray for your enemy, bitch. And you dare to tell me you my motherfucking enemy in my face, bitch. And if you dare to tell me that one more time, bitch, I'll yoke your ass up. Because act up and you could get fucking snatched up. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to be hood. Because these bitches will test you and try you. You feel me? And we born to be motherfucking fighters. We had to fight all our lives. That's what the fucking government has done for us. You feel me? And this, you know what? And I take it as, warrior status. Because you know what, bitch? If I made it there, I can make it everywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. Bitch. Fuck is she talking about, right? So it's okay to be hood. It is all good. If, you love your neck of the woods, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't let that bitch or nobody tell you nothing different, because we didn't have shit and we still made the best of it. To even go above and beyond, when we go home, and it does something to us, because we gonna still walk through them pissy ass elevators. We still gonna ride up on the last floor. We gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, passing through fucking motherfuckers that we grew up with. Everybody grown, you know what I'm saying? Everybody died, mama died, papa died, you know what I'm saying? Life goes on for a lot of motherfuckers. You feel me? So, I mean, I could talk real shit, I could talk smart shit, I could talk hood shit, I could talk good shit. I got the gift for gab for days. But listen, how dare this bitch go on like we don't know what the fuck she up to? Listen to this bitch.
Constantly believe that we're being oppressed and that white men are trying to kill us at every turn. They could have easily given the videos more context. They could have published the video of him entering the property. They could have told you about the 911 calls that were coming throughout the neighborhood, and everyone would have quieted down a little bit. But Black Americans are so reactive. We got people that are wearing I run with Maud t-shirts, showing up to protest, showing up, getting ready.
bitch, but what about your white folks? They came to the Ku Klux Klan shit, bitch. They was all up in the Capitol building, bitch, with motherfucking flags around their face, like they the Mob Deep and shit, like all that, bitch. Why you ain't make a video about that, bitch? Why you all up? Why you hating? Why you hating because your white folks killed somebody black and you want people to do what, bitch? It's a done deal, bitch. What are you talking about? And this is why we have to have discernment, y'all. I dead ass mean this shit because these bitches be doing the most out this motherfucker in these videos. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't fight in the cut like I'm doing, how I'ma just let this shit find its way through. You feel me? Cause somebody, you know how you it's always that one motherfucker, right? The passive video. I'm not even gonna say that though. It is what it is. You feel me? But on that note, check her out, yo. This is evil. She is wicked. And I'm not being, I have not said anything out of the ordinary, out of the awkwardness, if she was in my face, I probably would say worse, you know what I'm saying? But because I'm on here and I'm trying to keep a reasonable video without losing my mind, yeah.
To riot if this person doesn't get this or doesn't get that, because we never pause to think. I could think of no other race that does this. Literally no other race that does this. And recently in New York City, a Jewish person, a Jewish rabbi, was stabbed in the head during a service, literally for being Jewish, by a black man in the neighborhood. And that was one example in a string of crimes that were being perpetrated by a Jewish rabbi was stabbed in the head during a service, literally for being Jewish, by a black man in the neighborhood. And that was one example in a string of crimes that were being perpetuated by.
Y'all see how dangerous this bitch is? Now look at her narrative. Let's do the math on this shit. I'm gonna keep it real and gully. The words that just came out her mouth, listen to this. Watch this.
Literally no other race that does this. And recently in New York City, a Jewish person, a Jewish rabbi, was stabbed in the head during a service, literally for being Jewish, by a black man in the neighborhood. And that was.
Now, I don't know. I'm not going to think for anybody, but the first thing that I thought was, look at this bitch. She just, I don't know what she thinks she doing, but she trying to do something there. She's dangerous. Because those lyrics right there are not easy to say. Unless you want a riot. You speaking shit. She's speaking life over that shit. Well, you know what? I'll speak this into the universe. Let me tell you something, Israel. Now is the time to rise. Period. And the Most High is going to fight this battle. This one is on the Most High. The Most High gonna come with wrath. You know what wrath is? Wrath. And ain't no Christians from these front store churches and these white Caucasian from the Caucasus Mountains going to be raptured. And I hate to break it to you, but that is not going to be the case. Okay? And every chance I get on here, I'm going to use my voice in a reasonable way. In a reasonable way, in a righteous way. And I hunger for righteousness. I thirst for it. Are you kidding me? And no matter how many, times I could use the foul ass word and, seem ratchet or whatever the case may be, because that's the greatest thing about me. Like, I'm down to earth. I know what it is. I know one a mile away. I smell them. I feel them. I hear them. Beware. Your fucking enemies be roaring like a lion seeking whom they may devour. Just like so. Your enemies will, they will use your own to come for you. That right there is dangerous. Those wolf and sheep clothing. Boy, them motherfuckers, the wolves and sheep clothing. Baby. They not playing, yo. They is not playing. Them white people are not playing. So listen to this. Let's hear the rest of this. 4 minutes.
one example in a string of crimes that were being perpetrated by black people to Jewish people in the neighborhood. There was never, ever, ever any Jewish person that came out and said Jewish people literally are being attacked when they come out of their homes, are literally being hunted by black people. You want to know why they didn't do that? Because that's hyperbole. It sounds foolish. It sounds emotional. It sounds irrational. Okay. Yes, somebody did something, and it's a horrible thing when any person ends up dead. But to only speak about what has gone on confined simply to race, it's because of the color of their skin. It doesn't make us sound intelligent. It makes us sound angry and emotional and irrational. And we need to have a more honest discussion when these things happen. It is not always about race. It is not blacks murder whites and that's just murder. It is not, blacks murder blacks and that's just murder. And then the final clause is if a white person kills a black person, that's instantly the Ku Klux Klan racist lynchings coming back from the civil rights era. That's just ridiculous. From what I'm hearing, more is going to come out about this story. We already know that, Ahmaud Arbery has a history with mental health issues, that he's been arrested before. From what I'm hearing, there's a lot more to this story that people don't understand. And as I said, even if it comes out that he was responsible for burglarizing that entire neighborhood for a month, that doesn't necessarily justify people jumping in their truck and trying to make a citizen's arrest. But what it does should stipulate to at least everybody is that this situation is not about race. It's just about somebody being in your neighborhood that shouldn't have been on private property, someone calling 911.
No, it's not that. It is not fucking that. It is not that. And you should not be out here promoting that fucking garbage shit. Bitch, get the fuck on. Feel me? And this is what we need to do. This is how we debunk bitches. All motherfucking day. This is how we need to be debunking these stupid ass bitches. Because they are hideous. They're hideous. Somebody gotta do it. And I'm sure to get to her. Because trust me, I'm nobody. I'm nobody to her, but I'm somebody. I'm somebody. I'm a star. I came to fulfill prophecy. And I don't care who gets mad out here. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. Listen to her. Listen to her.
On one and things getting botched. So people, you can be upset with me. I really don't care. I've never been a person that cries when, oh my God, Candace, you didn't take the bait. Oh, Candace, you're not allowed to be black anymore because you didn't senselessly defend someone. You have to just, no matter what, you defend your own. That is stupid bottom feeding mentality. There are plenty of examples of innocent black people who are killed that I speak out about. Black on black crime obviously happens way more often.
Bitch, go learn about colonization, bitch. When you done, I want you to come and give me a list and a sketch and a map, bitch. And I want you to name all the boats that they have used, bitch. And on top of that, I want you to know their ages, where they came from, what boat brought them here, bitch. La Niña, La Cinta, La Minta, La Pinta, La Maria. Bitch, let me know. That's what the fuck I want to know, bitch. That is your homework. And someone go and tell this bitch to get the fuck on. Because I'm so done with her. You know what I mean? It's a shame. And then this bitch right here, we can use this big mouth bitch, for to speak out for these doctors and shit, right? Why this bitch ain't talking about the doctors and the nurses that are killing each other? That's what I want to know, bitch. That is something to talk about, bitch. Use your platform, bitch, for something that really matters. Instead of trying to downplay black people in such a time like now, bitch. Damn. You know what I mean? Like, somebody get that bitch. Anyhow, this your girl to talk with Tiny. And I had about enough of her. And I'm going to get off because I don't want to be on here messing the video up any more than I've already have. Because I'm sure motherfuckers do hear me. And I'm going to say, you know what? This is one thing I have to say to all of y'all. Okay? That be hearing me from time to time. I want you to know that this time that we in right now, it's a matter of life and death. And if you play with that shit, bitch, the only reward you have at the end of the tunnel for not fighting hard enough, bitch, is your own demise. Is your own motherfucking demise, bitch. It's the only reward you get for not fighting for your motherfucking life. And this is your girl, D Talk with Tiny. And you already know. Like, share, subscribe, and don't fucking share this motherfucking video to any motherfucking body that I don't need on my page. Cause you already know I will block that bitch. I will 1-800 block that hoe. Period. Can't get no ghetto fabulous more than this.